Good afternoon, everyone. Today we are very, very fortunate. We have Drupon Rinpoche come to Seattle again and give us Manjushri Empowerment. He's so kind. He's very busy, but still take time to come to here, give the empowerment. So because June we are going to have a Yamataka retreat. So this empowerment is very important. Thanks, Ina, Pauline, and Ben, translator for English, Vietnamese, and Chinese. Thank you. Also, thanks everyone joined the Zoom in person and all the volunteers. Thanks, Drupon Rinpoche. Okay.
Now we can starting. Okay. Lama Zopa, see in the way.
거기요, 거긴도.
Oh, las. During the Drikung Seattle Yamataka, Obdrigo, any Yampara Nakijap Kawang Samunder, Nusapem King, Chudona Patang, any Rajanan in Yamjuna King, on something Sasso Yimani paper. Yonsu Zopa la Swimba Lake, since I'm the Tahi Delex Shuayen.
So Drupon Rinpoche would just like to begin by thanking Drikung Seattle Dharma Center for arranging and putting on this special event, and also to all of you who have come, who are attending in person, and all of you who are also making the effort to attend online from all sorts of different places, and to receive this empowerment of Manjushri, the king of mantra. And he's so delighted that you have all come, and thank you for doing so. And Tashi Dilek.
Well, Tani Sangye Tavijiso Chupombo Jet Yidong Sia Song Yore. The Karate song is in Jitin Sungung, Chupong Jet Nimong for songs. Same Jin Tam Jig Jula, Leda, Newman Pedipat and Dripa Mambo Yozang. Tani Tezo Zang Mazoya, Takparsi Tabla. Tani Chumambo Sundit and the Chayores.
And so, as you know, the Buddha, after he attained enlightenment, he engaged in the process of teaching the Dharma in what became the 84,000 different heaps or categories of Dharma teachings. And just as Lord Jigten Sumgön has said, all of these different collections of the Buddha's teachings, all 84,000 categories of teachings, serve as the antidote to the afflictive emotions, the obscurations, and the mind streams of being. So all of the Buddha's teachings, without exception, serve the purpose of purifying the obscurations, clearing away the obscurations of karma, the obscurations of afflictive emotions, and so on.
That in the Numong Sama, the Lord Yana, the Nimong Doksum, the Huri, Chupong Jet Yatong the Son, Lord Yana, and in Do, Jon Sini Tipatang, Dreva Sangha Lord Yatipas in Nison the Huri. And the Do Jon Sini Tipat, Tene Nimong Toksum ke Rerekin Bola. Do Denu Sum Siore. And Nimong Dochandarin Yimporo, Ndradenu. Nimong Hirang the Yimporo, Dodekadenu. Nimong Batamong the Yimpotala. Ngambak denu, Sinando denu sum, the Toksum the Ramba in the Payak. Or tables.
And so all of these diverse afflictive emotions, obscurations of afflictive emotions, and the mind streams of beings can be subsumed into three categories, essentially, the three categories of the three poisons of desire, hatred, and ignorance or unawareness. And when we also likewise condense the 84,000 categories of the Buddha's teachings, they can all be subsumed into the two categories of sutra, the sutra category of characteristics, and the category of tantra, the category of fruition, the vehicle of secret mantra, Vajrayana. And then when it comes to the category of Sutrayana, the vehicle of characteristics, then those teachings can all be subsumed into three categories that also correspond with or serve as the antidote to the three poisons in the mind stream. So those three categories are the three baskets of scripture. So the Vinaya Pitaka, the basket of Vinaya, which is the antidote to desire, the Sutra Pitaka, or the category of discourses, which is the antidote to anger or hatred, and the category of Abhidharma, which is the antidote to ignorance or mental darkness. And so in this way, the three baskets of scripture are categories that correspond with or serve as the antidote to the three poisons in the mind streams of sentient beings.
Tatindu Dreva Dorje Thikpa Tela Teni Jude Yes, Jaju, Juju, Nanjilana Mepe Jus. And the Tsona Toksum the Rampa in the La Pang Magoba. Toksum Chikert Payak. All tapteres. And Dola Tine, Ha, the Rampa Yagaton, Chepat Pago Yore. Rampa Tambote, then Chigla Mamongba. Ani Tawaja Chimbo, Goyambo. Ani Gombatella. Druptap je ring du drupje drumis drupala tapmawa. Ani kyupala drupala tapmangbo yozang gomnyamni siya dela kyupadala kaleshida magowa. Ani revatala kapa mangbola chosa drupjang magowa. Ani lama tsinyi dandemba. Dangwa tse dandemba. Nyamlin tse dandemba. Tse ma sum ki ni lam nyamsalana. Tani dikpo che sura yina yang tse li chigla. Tani sungjuk dorje changa gongpang top togo yores. And dola tina nga da rinpa yaka ni chepan pahori. Tawa gompa chupan revers yandiri.
So then when it comes to somebody's unmuted. When it comes to the fruition vehicle of a secret mantra, or the Vajrayana vehicle, we have the four categories of Tantra. So these four categories are the Kriya Tantra, Charya Tantra, Yoga Tantra, and Anuttara Yoga Tantra. And in this approach of Tantra, then it is no longer a progressive, it's not a path that takes of progressive stages which can take, immeasurable kalpas, for instance, to purify the obscurations. And so therefore this is often referred to as the swift path or the instantaneous path. So we have then these four categories of Tantra and the stages of progression, in which there is the vast view, there is relative ease in the accomplishment of this path, like many methods that are easy to accomplish, and the different stages of practice according to the different methods, different sadhanas, like the extremely extensive sadhanas, the middling length sadhanas, the concise sadhanas, the extremely concise sadhanas, the unelaborated and the extremely unelaborated, in which the practitioner then progresses through the stages of view, meditation, and conduct. And the fruition is relatively instantaneous. So whereas in the tradition of Sutrayana, it can take 3 immeasurable kalpas of gradually purifying the obscurations and gathering the accumulations. Here, if all of the conditions with the necessary qualifications or characteristics are present, so for instance, a guru who is truly qualified or who possesses the necessary characteristics, a disciple who is truly qualified and possesses the necessary characteristics, and the practice that is a qualified, authentic practice, then the practitioner can achieve complete awakening in a single lifetime, in a single body, arriving at the state of Vajradhara. And so this is in the context of the path of the fruition vehicle, or Vajrayana, that encompasses the view, meditation, and conduct.
Alles. Tate indu jo don sinyi te patan rewa nga dorje tikpa se jo dan rewa ni. Gana yin ke la shiwa te jo sawon la cho se ya te ne rewa te. De terenge kapsa papa tela.
La sawon kare la shiwa.
La shiwa se ya te sawon dan jo la cho se ya te rewa. Ten de terenge kapsa papa tela njamba yang te ten de jo sawon njamba yang tela rewa teni njambar shinji hi se ya. De yori ten de njamba yang te shiwa teni shinji hi te cho se ya. Ta pen na dorje purban rao na dorje samba de la shiwa jo teni dorje purba se ya ten rewa. Ten de ta terenge njamba yang wang te so na mama charge yo mari. Teni yang aso jichin temre ke thoni nga terenge na chuksa. Katsa Vietnam ni tana chuksa yongo ya riti ten de tana Shinji Drupchin dawa Drupon na Shinji Drupchin soya ke kunzo charge chingwa. Ten de Lama abo kenji meni Shinji Drupchin tela. Tana yongro chi song chitanga da yorab ni lo seka ken zerem sama zutsa ente ni yama se na te jiwo jap tani jambar Shinji Drupchin soya ndela tani ambo jambar shiwate rabri nam bom truk temari nam bom ching chogo nga son jamban Germany la lota par Shinji Drupchin choho yu den chobo kapsa na lota par jamba yang samna nyimanga re dehi yu ten du ta na thima tambo Shinji ten du teni jamba yang shiwa wang da tri da nyamni si go de pe ke chembo re si jolati nen reven jongo re tesena ta nga ta na tu tong tong de la jamba yang gang wang de kuro chi song teni yumati samde dawanga ba na ni usari tesena te rang ti jamba yang wang de so the hingi drupchin tan soya tang yina yang then jamba yang the shirap tang yishi karam zori te me chamala goyo hingi drupchin choro ma choro o den du te kechembori o te sen da tren wang the things
So Kungda Rinpoche de Dampo Gare Sungyen de Nimanga de Jamba Yang de Germany la Nimanga Gare Tsamla Shutne Yang de Dang Yamdu Shinji Duba Dang Yamdu Nimanga Tsamla de Gyureve.
re lo tapa nga to hingi drupchin choho yorwa and Germany la hingi drupchin choho kapso lo tapa nimanga la hingi chamla de chi yos
Oh, chi.
lo tapa re khila o te de tatna hingi thima tangbo yin zang te din jamba yang shiwa te da te ke wang da chi da cham de go ya te pe ka chembo re yo le te nen reven jong go ra tene yo mang gi saung de ya po me na tene reven te ka po chung re te du te se ne tren jamba de so the hingi drip chin chong kin da tene hingi drip chin chi po ma yin ba jamba yang de shirap da yi che ram zo re o te me chamal go re
So the when it comes to both, we have then these categories of sutra and tantra, and in the category of tantra, we have all of these deities, which for whom we receive empowerment, and there are peaceful deities and wrathful deities. So the peaceful deities are like the seed or the cause, and the wrathful deities are the result, the fruition. And so, for instance, in the case of Manjushri is the cause or the seed, and Yamataka is the result or the fruition. So another example would be Vajrakilaya. So the peaceful manifestation of Vajrakilaya is Vajrasattva, who is the cause, and then Vajrakilaya is the result, the fruition. So at first, Drupon said he did not have the intention to give this Manjushri empowerment, but there were, these causes and conditions that led to sort of this auspicious arising, interdependent arising, in which he has agreed to give, this Manjushri empowerment. That's basically due to the request of Lama Abo, because the plan is to have a Yamataka retreat in June there in Seattle, and so Lama Abo said, please, really pleaded with him and said he really must give this empowerment, and so he has agreed, and in general, when one practices Yamataka, the preliminary to that is to also practice peaceful Manjushri. And so ideally one would accumulate 600,000 recitations of the mantra, or at the very least 100,000 recitations of the mantra. And so at their center in Munich in Germany, they do the Yamataka Drupchen every year. And likewise, also Drupon Rinpoche does an additional 5 days of retreat, practicing Manjushri and Mantaka. And so so it's important to have this accumulation of the mantras of the peaceful Manjushri, and also, of course, to receive the empowerment transmissions and teachings. This is really important. And so then, given those conditions, then this really gives a solid foundation to one's practice. And so the main purpose for giving this empowerment is both, as a preliminary to the Yamataka Drupchen, but also for anyone, because the deity embodies the qualities of wisdom and compassion. we all need to develop wisdom and compassion, and so that's really the essence of the empowerment.
Hola, tate indu, tene chudan jiktin kara ina yang, ngondo ta nguibye, jokun reba sena sum yung kore, indu tereng wang tala yang, tambo chi ngondo, tabre ramba ye yore, te kara risna, tambo tala, pampa chota drobya yore, dike, tene chu si, chota pampa chota seka ta tong seka jetso la te long. Ta kala yapo chik zogo na yang nö tang kala da zangma zogo di na yin wang chue ya de la lusem de zangma go re di te tangbo te chusi ya nipa de la gigla torma tre ya res o ten du sosu semju le yupe nyomong pa dok nga dok som te so du ri dra ri gigri o torma la ten de ne teni te so pa sro la tre ya teni sumba de la Yedam la tereng kapso na jamba yang sanlang ke to ni yang jara sosu lusem la teni nyomong pa mayong wa ke che to sung kholo gom ya sung kholo gom yepa te la danzin ke nyin po te la teni sosu lu nga yi sum de lama dorje lo pong tang yedam jamba yang la purge yin sin teni mendaran bo ya tari mendaran bo si ta lunga yisum te ya pyu ya na teni lunga yisum te go sewa na yin res ndu lama dorje lo pong tang yedam jambar yang ke kusong to ke senap te teni soso la ma shok chok cho re ndu chi tabri ramba yed dari te ramba yin du si ya teni mambo shoko ya yo ma ta loma nyingba re wang mambo shio re ndu te ngotu dordu chen teni I rinpa yeda siva kapsu chichu mikpa tada naro nang.
As that is the case, then just as with any activity, whether dharma or worldly, basically all activities have three main stages, or there's this structure of three sections. So we have the preliminaries, we have the main activity or practice, and we have the conclusion. So first, we have in general, there are the preliminaries to the Dharma practice, the Ngundro, the four preliminaries. Here we have also the four preliminaries to empowerment. So the first is to engage in the cleansing. So the vase water has already been consecrated. And when you receive the vase water, you drink half of it, and then you apply the second half to your crown. And what this is doing is it's really kind of cleansing our doors of body, speech, and mind so that we can become a proper vessel to receive the empowerment. So it's just like when you are going to have a really fancy and delicious meal, you have to make sure that your containers, that the vessels for that food are clean, that they've been cleansed, and that they're pristine so that they're not contaminating any of the precious food. So in the same way, when we receive empowerment, it is imperative to first have this preliminary step of engaging in the cleansing. The second step is that of offering a torma to pacify obstructing forces. So the obstructing forces, the enemies, the hindrances, the demons, are the demons of our own afflictions, the poisons in our own mind stream, the afflictive emotions of the 5 poisons and 3 poisons. So we are banishing these by offering the torma outside. We're sending out or just sort of banishing these obstacles, these inner obstacles of the afflictive mind states. And then third, to make sure that then those afflictions don't arise again, that we remain free of disturbing emotions in body, speech, and mind, that then we establish this sphere of protection so that those negativities can't penetrate, can't enter or arise once again. And then as the fourth preliminary, as an antidote to the mind of self-grasping, we offer our body, speech, and mind as a mandala to the Guru, to the Vajra Master, to Manjushri, the Yiram Manjushri. And this process of offering the mandala becomes a great opening that opens the doors of body, speech, and mind, that then allows for the blessings of the Vajra Master, for the blessings of the Yiram deity, Manjushri, to enter into us, to become indivisible. And so then, that being said, he said he doesn't have to go into so much detail because you're all senior students, you're all familiar with this process, and so we can just engage in the process of first the preliminaries.
Left me bhava subhankaya me ba anarado me bhava sarva siddha membrayanza sarva karma sutsam he tsadam jirayang goro ha 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 ho bhagavan sarva gadam bhenjara mamme manza bhenjara bhava ma samaya sado Om Benjara Sado Samaya Man Balaya Benjara Sado Dino Ba Didandando Meba Sodun Kaya Membawa Sombung Kaya Membawa Analagdo Membawa Sarva Siddha Membara Sarva Karma Sutsame Zadam Jirayang Guru Hong Ha 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 Ho Bhagavan Sarva Dadanga Da Vejara Mamme Vejara Bhava Ma Samaya Sado Om Vejara Sado Samaya Man Balai Vejara Sado Dino Bha Didandendo Me Bhava Sudun Kaya Me Bhava Subun Kaya Me Bhava Anarado Me Bhava Sarva Siddha Membrayanza Sarva Karma Sutsam He Zadam Jirayang Guru Ha ho bhagavan sarva dadanga da vejara mamme vejara bhava ma samaya sado om vejara sado samaya manu balai vejara sado dino bha didandendo me bhava sudukaya me bhava subhankaya me bhava Anarado me bhava sarva siddha membrayanza sarva karma satsame zadam jirayang guru ha 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 ho bhagavan sarva dadanga da vejara mamme manza vejara bhava mahasama sando abhenganga da samaya jiraya ho Om Nam Bengana Da 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 Hong Pai Om Soba Wa Shuda Sarva Dharma Soba Wa Shuda Domang Le Om Le Chungwa Rinpoche Yan He Yin Cha Jiva Nando Om Hong Shiva Le Songwa Dharma Da Yan Do Pa Me Sabha Mi Pe Deva Je Praje Jine Balang Kwa Da Da Nyam Bara Jo Oma Garo Moga Sarva Dharmana Dindi Venanda Oma Hong Pai Sova Oma Garo Moga Sarva Dharmana Dindi Venanda Hong Pai So Ha Uma Karama Kasala Dharmana Dende Benanda Hong Pai So Ha Namasava Dadanga Davalo Inga Dama Sambara Sambara Hong Namasava Dadanga Davalo Inga Dama Sambara Sambara Hong Namasava Dadanga Avalo Inga Dama Sambara Sambara Hong Jumdele De Yin Baran Jamala Sanzalo De Yin Basun Dambala Sanzalo De Yin Bakanyan Lela Sanzalo Teki Banje Badam Jada Yongsa Dada La San Salo Kaya Semo Jivaya Jumbo Landa Kyaza Dang Sempo Shajin Sava Dang Semje Namba Nazo Dang Jikin Gava Sone Dang Dedan Dela Dolmane Sava Kyanjan Labo Nishin Deva Mambo Dang Chivan De Yang Zela Nipa Samba Jiva Dang Semje Nala Pimpe Sem Teren Seje Jimbara Jinje Jinje Dana Juje Jing Adar Yang Da Dong La Sambara Jumbo Gula Jeba Bamba De Gilang Jada Yang Tanse De Seje Maje Kayam Hen Sola Sola Kunjam Da Ranga Lila Be Long La Jina Ne Bama Si Jimbo Juma Kanda Ke Lilang Banda Zibe Ne Dan Jeva Sanzola Dun Juranga Ne Sote Sola Beda Sada Langan Zame Sambana Sambana Hong Hana Hana Hong Hana Bayang Hana Baya Hong Ana Ya Ho Banga Meran Zaya Hong Ba Sambana Sambana Hong Hana Hana Hong Hana Bayang Hana Baya Hong Ana Ya Ho Biaran Zaya Hong Ba Sambana Sambana Hong Hana Hana Hong Hana Bayang Hana Baya Hong Biaran Zaya Hong Ba Mazakala Mara Maya Bakani Zala Zula Nila Zala Zula 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 Nila Yuza Sana Nyanza Yodan Dana Sam Bengan Ba Hong Ba Kaya Madala Dala Kaya Madala Maya Madala Zala Benedin Baya Zala Yana Yana Bakala Zala Maya Zala Sama Nizi Zimala Zala Bama Hanye Jibzun Jabayang Laka Jabawan Suda Sabata Karana Jaya Sawan Yama Dara Sarayan Bara Yang Sara Wanda So Tam Jada Jajan Babara Soma Tang Tam Jada Jokana Diyana Dala Rewa Tam Jada Jasaya Loja Suna Tam Jada Jatawa Jimbada Didaka Padaran Dojanda Jatawa Sura Dojirawa Daya Sura Iki Jame Omada Mebada Bajidan Bayan Trupa Suman Kolo Yang Yenja Jewara Jaha Om Medelen Beza Bawa Meza Bina Meza Bakara Pilaran Bata Karandula Tam Sam Tam Bezanula Analaka Hong 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 Jaya Jimola Kira Labanda Mayam Yadela Yana Zawala Doban Sanji Jingor Benzara Jara Jaya Yandra Zaya Mandra Maya Zata Benda Sanana Hong Zaya Palamangola Jaya Zo Wallace Tikala Menda Chesora Pesha Jira Menda Dibata Son Bisari
So next is the mandala. So in your prayer book, you have the abbreviated mandala offering. So you can all read that as we recite.
Sayen benje yen mendo yon cham Hera len yen yen den jen ban de San je yen la men den brava yen Rong nam da yen den je war yom Ho zo yon za la min za na yan lam Jian nang a zan zo yon de yen yen jen jum Da le lan jie na zi yon ji lam La mian jiang yang en zhen za ran da zo Om ge ren de wang zhai Ren la man da lam ba de za so ha Dallas, Tawang update Mundo Chi Mundo Reba Yet Lipatroso. Ati ke gang dela tenen jiktin sunggung ke tikpa chechong che para semji yin doda ngaji che para wang yin dongha ke che para wang tada tikpa chechong che para semji ke deri and rowa ma jo nang kon tada nyambe semjin thamji marak tumuk le torte rikpa ishi chela jambe yang ke kongpang lang go para cha di che de ne marowa nam Provara sipe kati damba teta mami pa member siyak wang samu de hyo dwenyam so lin teni semji tamje sanje sala ku ge yin samba samba sanjong cho de semji de semba hyo.
So now we have gone through the preliminaries, we've done our preparation for the empowerment by engaging in the 4 outer preliminaries. And then inwardly, as Lord Jigten Sumgön says, that the distinguishing feature, or that which differentiates or distinguishes the greater vehicle from the lesser vehicle, is the mind of bodhicitta. And likewise, that which differentiates or becomes the distinguishing factor between sutra and tantra is empowerment. So it's empowerment that qualifies tantra as tantra, or distinguishes it from sutra. So first, with regard to bodhicitta, which is what really qualifies the great vehicle, as opposed to the lesser vehicle, then we can bring our mind or direct our mind toward all mother sentient beings who are equal to the limits of space, and with the pure intention for all of those beings to be completely liberated from their ignorance, to clear away their ignorance, and therefore be placed in the state, the essence of the pristine awareness that is the primordial wisdom of the deity Manjushri. So with the intention to bring all sentient beings to the state of Manjushri, then it is with that objective that we engage in this process of receiving the ripening empowerment, the empowerment which ripens that which has previously been unripened, and having received the empowerment, that then we will engage in the practice, and through that practice we ourselves will reach the state of Manjushri's wisdom, and thereby establish all beings in that same state.
Atin du dike gangla chudang jiktin kare na yang ne loju de yabo ha go loju de ha go so na loju jupe dawan ri sem dawan ri ne yundin thong de deba je ka so tene ichi de la tine ichi hi je debe sanam jo tene sanam de jo semke 도바당 대청 참아 발사르소나 아니 삼만름 더 그래스 and 나 로주 door 두바지 휴야나 야 담보대 송야나 로.
So then the next thing is that when it comes to whether dharma or worldly matters, it's always important to know the background of things, to know the history. When we know the history, this brings about kind of a clarity of understanding in the mind. The mind is able to see the qualities better, knowing the history, knowing the background. And in seeing the qualities, then there's faith that can arise. And then as faith arises, it becomes even more established as confidence, real trust or confidence. And so when there's trusting or confident faith, this is what really allows the blessings to penetrate the mind stream, completely clearing away any doubts, or kind of a focus on or misunderstanding or seeing the faults. And so when in this way, it's really beneficial to know the background or the history.
Olas. Tate indi tela. Rexum gumpo rexum sidikaresina yambayang. Chinese chana doji sum. Tisum de garen suresina sanjilan chembe ishi yor. E garesina yambayang chembe ishi karamso. Yambayang te shirapta ishi jala. Yambayang ke ti sagnandana radata poda semre. The Jambayang Trupa Jani tang Lobraland ke Mare Jambayang ke Shirapta pen Radana Yitama Nombo Yorit Pati Tugores O Chupong Jet Yedon Sama Togla Chuna the Ported Semnamaton Jambayang Lobraland Mares Monte Nipatala Teni Sanjila Seve Tugi said the Yor. They current was Chinese to hold. Chinese chak na lola norba ibinja norba semder. Then the something is Sancho semder norba teri. Tela ibinja norba la sowa tamna revatam depa gundu saman drup to hold. Then the Sanjela zeb tugi. Eke semji sama revatam depa kang to yores. Then Sambatala Sanjela semji tama. Job Tobiak, Nubata Yores, Ben Chana Dojina. And the Chana Doji, Chana Doji Sendel. Doji tell a Doji Chub Dunes, Manjurpa, Mekipa, Demba, Savatas, Sur Suchik, Lak, Mekipa. Patsama, the Yomton, Yom Tobiak, Nuba, was Angela de Yores. And it is some telata, Sanjik and Chimpa, Zewa, Nubatum. Swezi bed this on the re dinalo lettering. Then it chimpe yishikaranzo, Jambayang, Regmampo Yorete, the rental and Jambara, Nak Jarbola. Oh, there it any ticket, logite, ma puketam, teni, Yana Yinchitan, teni Kerigima Tony Lochores, Timonka Logitary.
So there are the three classes of deities or protectors, the three great protectors, and these are Manjushri, Chenrezig, or Avalokiteshvara, and Vajrapani. And they all embody or represent different aspects of the Buddha's wisdom mind. So the characteristics of omniscient wisdom, loving compassion, and great power or might. So the omniscient wisdom of the Buddha, the knowledge and primordial wisdom of the Buddha is represented by the deity Manjushri, who holds a sword in one hand and a volume of scripture in the other. And this sword doesn't represent some kind of warrior weapon to defeat enemies, but actually it is representing the sharpness of the wisdom mind. It is the implement that represents the faculty of great wisdom. And likewise, the volume of scripture is representing all of the wisdom and knowledge and perfection, the transcendent perfection of the wisdom of the Buddha. And then the loving compassion of the Buddha is represented by Chenrezig or Avalokiteshvara, who is holding a wish-fulfilling gem, This wish-fulfilling gem represents the qualities of love, compassion, and bodhicitta, which serves, all of the needs of sentient beings. So just like when one supplicates a wish-fulfilling gem, then anything that is needed or desired by the beings who supplicate that gem are issued forth. So it fulfills the needs, desires, and wishes of beings spontaneously. And so this is like the loving compassion of the Buddhas, which is represented by Chenrezig. And then this great protection of the Buddha's strength and protection is represented by Vajrapani, who holds a Vajra, and this Vajra embodies all of the 17 characteristics of the Vajra, that it is indestructible, it is undefeatable, it is unchanging, it cannot be conquered by anything, but it conquers all, and so on and so forth. So in this way, these are the three principal deities that embody or represent the loving or the omniscient wisdom, loving compassion, and power of the Buddha. And so in this case, you're receiving the empowerment for the embodiment of the Buddha's omniscient wisdom, who is Manjushri. And among all the different classes of Manjushri or categories of Manjushri, this is the king of Tantra, the king of mantra, Manjushri, the king of mantra.
All that thing pocket on him, low.
So first, Drupon Rinpoche will read in Tibetan, and then I will read the history in English.
Jambara Nagaja Pujisanawa Yente, Della, Lying One, to some Sanje Tam, Jikoy and Chimbana, Yikijangada, Jiptun Jambayang Yen. Ingi Pemakapole, when Japotipim Chuchi say, Jaru Wampu Chosu Chuse, Sanjir and Jinin Bola Janjo Cho the Semji, Gabatami Besemji Devala, also Dodanta with Kinkansu, Kunduzipa, he is our Sangipa long thing Jang. 샘진졌던 저 장조선 바자스 유니트 저 산제 탐지라 추정 홀로고와 꿀만들 유벌송 제반 잡는데에 혀서 전화로 보증하는 집준 잠바양 뜻이 신의 주대 주치선 통바 당 야보양 잠바양 저들바 다신 전화 진부 공단 집준 잠바양 전들gen도 절 유전 잠바 자주포 찍도 소금도 혀사망에 바지르서 유발레 다람 잠바랑 아그 잡고 희사와 자주 대변시 버려 연 The Drupon Tsering Rinpoche Sebralang Kepan Jor Jagalopun Jambarhinitan Zatar Dal number Java Manjushri so the Yidam Zimba Shindama Buddha Yang Kishin Drupani Patamte Yidam La Chipuins on the real.
So it says, and I'm actually the king of Manjushri, the king of speech, or the king of mantra. The essence of the Lord of primordial wisdom, the noble Manjushri, is the enlightened form of all the Buddhas. The Great Compassion White Lotus Sutra says, in the past he was the son of the king Sibki Mukyu Wangpo Tsok. He gave rise to bodhicitta before the Buddha Ratnagarbha and established sentient beings in happiness for countless eons. Even though the Buddha gave him a prophecy to attain enlightenment in the immaculate Pure Land in the south, as the Buddha all-seeing Lord, he remains a bodhisattva for the purpose of sentient beings. In the form of Manjushri Kumara, he appears to request all the Buddhas to turn the wheel of Dharma. In this world specifically, Manjushri appeared miraculously at Wu Taishan, the 5 peaks of China in the east, in Shaanxi. Furthermore, kings are said to have been the emanations of Manjushri. Thus, the vast land of China is Manjushri's domain to train beings. Manjushri also appears in the Tantras, and there exists a Manjushri root Tantra. There are many sadhanas of Manjushri, such as the practice of the single deity, the single hero. He appears in different colors and with various numbers of faces and arms. This particular form of Manjushri is referred to as Manjushri, the king of speech. The sadhana belongs to the Kriya or action tantra, and of the Buddha families to the Tathagata class. By practicing him, one will become skilled in the general and particular collection of discourses. Therefore, many masters of India, such as Manjushri Mitra, Zetari, who defeated all enemies, and so forth, have relied on Manjushri as their Yidam deity. Likewise, Manjushri is the Yidam deity of all Tibetan masters who have attained mastery of scholarship as well as practice.
Voilà. Dans d'autres cas, jam par yang sine bouquet hol. Tik somyore. Jam siate. Jimni zivratan traven jam jambo shewa. Te karesina nyomo drapatan. Shivza drapa, si drapa mambo yore ten dorduna drapa niri. O te tsupore, te tsama kongasar tsarares. Jam siate. Pere siate, döni ke parares. Döni pate. Topa dark paras, Randona chuku jarsasi. Tuki yinji paras, yinduna tini zuko, kongchitan sangye tsarete, sancho sembe tsorsene. O peung kores. Tuki yinji para. Tini yang sinde meksaken jamba yang na. Tini yasung yang ina trukyo sine ndrakete kongla tini nubata yore. On there is.
Pal Gongta Dacha, Pal di yang pena
Döni jepere. Topa dark paras, Randona chuku jarsasi. Tuki yinji paras, yinduna zuko.
Rede laso. Kosong di sik di pena Pal Ratna Shri double sik chikbare be Pal.
Okay, Pel, stop Pella ye par, bouquet hol.
Laso.
Nga dadang da antik sindrika yuna.
Mare nga dacha shegeme. Dini dacha kande yampa sik yang kande yampa samsong te. Laso pache koso.
Pache ke pal la rin kampate ke pal. Uzang ke pere na tilandwa.
Laso la.
Da chirani ka shigirwa. Kampaka.
So Manjushri's name in Tibetan is Jambalyang, which is actually a compound word consisting of 3 syllables, and each syllable has great meaning. So Jam, which means gentle, literally, is like, or pacified. It's like the pacification of the 2 types of afflictive emotion. So primarily, there are many different afflictive the 2 types of obscuration. There are many different types of obscuration, but they can all kind of be subsumed into these 2 categories of the obscurations of afflictive emotions and the cognitive obscurations. So he is gentle and thoroughly pacified, having removed these 2 types of defilement. And then Pal, which means glory, is that he is glorious with the 2 fulfillment of achieving the 2 purposes. So through his realization, he has achieved his own purpose, which is the Dharmakaya. So he abides as the Dharmakaya, which achieves his own purpose, and he achieves the purpose of others, manifesting as the Rupakaya. And then Yang, which means melody, is referring to his great expression of melody, which serves to achieve the purpose of sentient beings, all of the different forms of speech being endowed with the 60 types of melody.
Lasso, that in the Sangha la Tumo Mayimba, Sangha can go Tanang Larry. Then the Tarenke, Tachiranzo Kawa, Yoyuna. The Yuxa the Sama, the Deni, Jambayang, Shinkamin, Saya. The Nitarana, Yuan Kunke Lama in Jambayang is in Samya. Then one Hyung King can call Loma the so Hanop Gawane, nothing Jambayang can call Power than Kando in Samba. Some of the Hangatoni Shogores.
So then we have unique to the practice of secret mantra, which is the kind of uncommon perception that is really important for the practice of secret mantra is that of pure view. So it is the intention which establishes this pure view, meaning wherever it is that you are, wherever you're residing, that you see that place purely like a pure Buddha field, like a pure realm. And so in this case, you visualize that our environment is the pure Buddha field of Manjushri, and that all of our Vajra siblings, our Dharma siblings, that we are together with are pure beings, pure emanations of Manjushri, that they're all, or members of Manjushri's mandala as Dakas and Dakinis.
Holas, Tajisana Rambashivaton to Soran and the Jidinaro, Jis, on the Ramba, in the Makoya, Kurochis, and so on the Jidisi. Soa, say at Shivan. Depso, say the Shivan 10. A Puketon, check Jidisi, check Chiran Inchiton Jidinaro.
So then the next step, then, having established this pure view, is to engage in the formal request to receive empowerment. And we do this, through repetition. So we'll repeat the words twice in Tibetan and then once in English. And we're supplicating, please bestow upon us the stages of empowerment. So this is what allows us to then enter into the main part of the empowerment.
So on the Bande Jidun Zu, Kunchi Yishi, Pongbo Jin, Sipen Holo, Nam Jongwa, Tren Hebe, Renchin Jie, Zo Dala, Garden Zor, Zo Dala, Garden Zor, Zo Dala, Garden Zor.
Embodiment of omniscient wisdom. Principal Deity, through your kindness, please grant me the precious treasure you are setting forth today that utterly purifies the cycle of existence.
Holas. That Ivan Kurochis in Sovata Kapso, then Lama Doji Lopunko, on Digeris, Yena Yang, then Karpochilla, Nenti, Sidi Yancher, Nanka Tabri Rampa, Yorete, Puke Chipotoni, Segan and Risari, Nanka Tabri Rampa, the Caresina, Ambo Wang Huya, Tela, Dog Concho, Sum, Lag Zawa Sum, Donha Sondan Jupala, Cosum, Senori, or Tinden, Japson Dogores. Jamdo Sayat, Sotar, Sansim, Sangha, Sum Mangiteri. Tambot, Nibatella, Nazek, Dikpa Carese, the Semtola Lan and Jubatan, Shabasi Gores. And in Sumbatella, Semki, Yinchi, Capo Gavile, Carecena, Chado, Mibetoni, Jisayarangon Gores. Jibatella sang magic, but the same thing to Sigain, since it shows a Tamjalen Gores. Napatella, the Nisosu gave a carre drum nayam, that menzine, same thing Tamti, then the Deva Zopa Sanji Compantopper, shows in Moasi Gores. O then the Tema Jidinaro, Chite Puketi Pundisari, Tundan there is. There in Boda, hanging to Zuma Bongondra.
So now having engaged in that repetition, then the Bhadra Master grants his permission to continue with the empowerment, and then he says, okay, but from your side, you have to engage in these 5 stages as the entry into the empowerment, and we will only then do this repetition in Tibetan. The meaning of this repetition is that first we take refuge in the objects of refuge, the 3 jewels in the context of sutra, the 3 roots in the context of tantra, and the 3 kayas as the fruition. So the first step then is that step of taking refuge, and so refuge is the foundation of all levels of practice, all levels of vows, the pratimoksha, the bodhisattva, and the vows of secret mantra. And then secondly, then we confess all with a mind of deep remorse, bringing to mind all of our negativity and wrongdoings. Then we engage in the process of confession. And then we rejoice in the virtues of all beings. So whatever virtues that beings engage in, without giving rise to a mind of jealousy, then we engage in a mind of rejoicing. So we rejoice. And then we generate the mind of awakening with the commitment to bring all sentient beings to the state of full awakening, with the commitment to engage in practice for the sole purpose of achieving the benefit of all beings. And then fourth, without holding our merit, holding on to our own merit with an attitude of self-grasping, we relinquish everything. We let go, we dedicate it all to the goal of awakening for all beings.
Alles. Dikpa mege sosorhya rowa gela ji rang sangye chanchuk yi ji zong sangye chudang chomcho la chancho pardo dakyam che rangyin tenyi rabdo ser chanchuk semne ji parje chanchuk choke semne ji ji ne semjin tamje dake Rendenyer, Chancho Juncho, Yung, Jeparje, Nola Pencher, Sangye, Doparho, Nola Pencher, Sangye, Doparho, Nola Pencher, Sangye, Doparho. Olas. Tawang Shuyake Chinangan Hondo Rambataso drops in Bari. Tang of your want the Natsu Tabik Sama drop song, you want the Koro cheese in the Jidu Naro cheese and the chick bouquet policy, chick in Chito Naro cheese.
So now we've also completed the inner preliminaries. So now both the outer preliminaries and the inner preliminaries are complete. And so then we request once again, we again engage in a supplication through repetition, saying, please grant us empowerment. Please allow us to enter into this main process of empowerment. And so now we'll do this once in Tibetan and once in English.
Mizi Wangaram Bandoro Dibakason Tukisan Sam Gisana Yaskavatun Sorwan de Bande Jidunzu Lopum Gonso So Dala Chomdin de Jamper Ngaki Jarpo Master Ji, Kosong Tokie, Jisanawa, Zed the Soul.
Master, please heed me. Please bestow upon me the empowerment of body, speech, and mind for the Bhagavan Manjushri, King of Speech.
Lord Sibdako Jinanga Tundo Sorwan de Bande Jidunzu, Tawan Ramba in the Kor Guru Tanban Jamba Yanka, Koyo Wang de Latu, Lulakores, and Ote Kurochis and Sovan de Jidunangores.
And now we recite again by repeating specifically saying, please bestow upon me first the empowerment of the body. So we're requesting that the empowerment of enlightened form be bestowed upon our body. So please repeat once in Tibetan and once in English.
Lordin Zimba, Gong So, Dan and Rola, Pendun Te, Zochin Chula, Son Depji, Chaji Yishi, Ji the So, Chaji Yishi, Ji the So.
Vajra holder, please heed me. For the benefit of beings, I supplicate you, who possess great kindness, please cause the form of the deity Manjushri to arise.
Holas, ah, Ambo Luma member Siala, Teni, Jamba Yanka Koyo Wang, Re, and the Chiranzo Lutrambo dan Simba Lulu Sini Yuk. Teni di Pumbacho te Jingila Mukapso Tomba ni to Jor, Tombangang, Teni Chiranzo, dan Jamba Yanko, Ukelu, Jansungelu Tal Lame Satabo Ches. Dikijila, Teni Aketini. Lama Dorje Lopo, Tokan, Tiranzo, Lunsunzilla, Travala Omgarpo, Nansunzilla, Rembala Amapo, Semsunzilla, Tokala Hong Hombo, in the Soyu, Tirana Gilama Dorje Lopon, Koson Tonsunziteri, the Lama Dorje Lopon, Toko Hongle was then true, and the Aragomiata, Tamsepate, the Yisamba, Jin, Jine, Ah, Chonana, Kawapapa Naji. Ma tem song san teni te patan kupa kami patinaro nang singin daru tan trivaso toba caps.
So the empowerment is referred to as that which ripens the unripe. So the empowerment is referred to as a ripening empowerment, in particular referring to the ripening of the body. So please sit with your back straight in the proper posture, in a way that is relaxed and at ease. Let your mind become completely relaxed and open. And you can visualize that from the vase, so the vase which appears in the form of Manjushri, and likewise the Vajra Master appears in the form of Manjushri, and you yourself are generating yourself in the form of Manjushri. And so visualize very clearly Manjushri's form, like having the substance of empty, radiant light, and very vivid and clearly, you can think that from the Vajra Master, so at his forehead is a white Om syllable, at his throat is a red Ah syllable, and at his heart is a blue Hung syllable. And from the Hung syllable at his heart, you can think that limitless light rays stream out and invoke the wisdom being, Manjushri. So the deity of Manjushri that you are meditating upon yourself as is what we call the Samaya being. So these light rays stream out and invoke the wisdom being who descends in countless emanations. So there are countless forms of Manjushri that all issue forth and dissolve into you like snowflakes landing on a warm rock. So they all descend upon you and dissolve into you through the pores of your skin, becoming indivisible from you.
Om Bang Ne Da Da Hong Hai Om Soba Washuda Sarva Dharma Soba Shunda Hong Dong Ban Yi De Jo Dong Ben Ang Le Pam Le Pe Ma Da Ale Da Ve Din Nam Yek Ma Ser Yong Se Jir Ba Le Lo Ma Chi Ran Nam Jan Pe Yang Sing Ke Den Na Yo Ba Kum Do Ser Bo Da Da Ren Bo Jin Jin Na Zo Pe Jin Ba Sa Ni Chu Jin Go Le Sa Jia Ji Yong Ba Len Zin Ba Wa Da Ser Po Zin Ba Ge Gen Zin Ba De Ye Ye So No Zang Yong Na Da Yong De Xin Ji Ji Ye Wa Ne Ba De Da Ga Da Wa Om Ga Bon Den Ba A Ma Bon Yin Ga Hong Om Bo De A Sen Le Wa Zhen Na Zong Zhi Pe Ran Yin Jian Ne Ne Gong Ba Dan Da Wei Ye Sen Pe Zo Ni Zi Jie De Dan Zhi Ba Jin Yang Zhang Lu Zi La Ga Wa Ba Ba Da Lo Ma Qi Ran Nan La Sa Su De Tan Ba La Jie Pe Me Ba Zo Om Ba Ge Xiu Ren Mom Jana Vi Xia Ya Om Ba Ge Xiu Ren Mom Jana Vi Xia Ya Om Ba Ge Xiu Ren Mom Jana Vi Xia Ya Om Ba Ge Xiu Ren Mom Jana Vi Xia He Dara Sian Ba Bei Xi Ba De Ni Ma Nya Ge Den Bra Sa Ba Dong De Ola Su Da Qi Ran Zo Dan Cek Sen Ba De La那么多的老公个，等你一起上班讲不一样，今天的嘛，带没有的是，我的带没有把的，没样把带不是能过了多的家上，才能没把得到那了，能。
So now you can think that your visualized form of yourself as Manjushri has now merged and become completely indivisible from the wisdom being Manjushri together with the essence of the Vajra Master. And that this then becomes completely stable or is made stable with the gesture of the crossed Vajra being placed at your crown.
Dodan Jantin Padin La Soba Ding La Medodan Kona Soba Charambe Yum Ye Bambaka Bosan Josem Jara Yin Dizzy Juja Kawa Junze Yovarazon Wangam Hamba was all so that ring one could get so the Bombard Bomba Chotek one cover Bomba Chotela du Zi du Zi du Zi si the Nimong du la Yishinga Zi du Lo Troyada no Troya Samali Yetsiwa the Sokan to Numomba Saga Mares and the Numomba Ayak Yetzela 一个字的过的，的本不晓得那的那，等你是那个字忙不就就有，的确的，等你接我的嘛，爸爸告诉做的绿这边做的咋的，的咋做就不得你们不得把它这把样子这么，江松山，哦。当然，网球我告诉本不就世界的东，世界的节奏了，路节。
So the main substance of empowerment, or the substance for the bestowal of empowerment in this case here, is the vase, the empowerment vase, and the water inside the vase, the vase water, which is referred to in Tibetan as dutsi, or we say amrita or nectar. So that, again, a compound word, du, which means demon or mara, is referring to the mara of the afflictions, the afflictive emotions, and si is like the quintessence, or the sort of essential, the extracted essence, which is the extracted essence of the 5 wisdoms. And so this nectar functions like soap. So just like soap is used to clean like dirty clothing, but soap can't clean or clear away the afflictive emotions. In order to clear away the afflictive emotions, you have to have like the soap or the extracted essence of the primordial wisdom, or the 5 wisdoms. And so this is what purifies or transforms the afflicted mind states into the pure expression of wisdom. And so this base water, the dutsi, has been consecrated with many blessing substances that Drupon Rinpoche has added to it, or consecrated it with. And so when you cleanse the body, primarily it is there's the network of channels or subtle channels that run through the body. So you can think that when you take this nectar, that you're flushing out all of those channels, completely clearing away all obscuration, impurity, defilement, stain, and that you become completely purified and free of obscuration, drinking half of the nectar and putting the other half on your crown.
Wangaran dorje chemban kamsomba ye sazemba sanje kunje sansom je nele jongwa jemba so wama sarva da nga da ben nga da samaya shiraya Yedara Wangara de Chujin Julu Tamje Gang, Tamadam Jeda, Lama Jindan Javala, Rekitapo, Nambar Hamzetan Javang, Wajin, Lopon Jadaka, Sawan Javikura, Wala, Kurji Loma. Jihanam Jeba Babanam Latembe Membanzo, Hasam Zabanga Wasar Jeravonda, Jedesam Nangom Bottom Masam Bamba, Sanjepim Mandam de Jingawan, the Nanjetin Kavata Hidambo. Taking Basum Zoba, then the Yom Masadan, the Rambazaya. So, hola, Tati. 个本部确个望的绿了头发搞死，得到了就说那么绿就光的上不这么把下，等真的就把他，个就说那么嘛了把头，绿来接人行动送有个人把工罢了，望他的个望的绿了头发搞死，等你绿的来接人基本人把那话的崩吧，那个绿那动。送的就把，大人把演的这里绿的，下查了就把买把那个绿，养尊个绿，那东送就工出来，就往下的特别的，是那不的啊有的，他绿个，说是啦，也当啦，就能养不养，然后的这里接人工呢，工送呢，这里这不的了，这个这不搞完见的是把也孬是样的哩。
So, being initiated in this way, all of the karmic imprints and defilements accumulated through the door of the body and all of the subtle imprints associated with them have been purified. You have received the complete empowerment of form or enlightened body, and you are now empowered to practice the generation stage, visualizing your body as the enlightened form of the deity, which is the union of appearance and emptiness, and as a result, you have the fortune to accomplish the Nirmanakaya. So when we receive the empowerment of enlightened form, this is really what empowers us in the practice to generate our form as the enlightened form of the deity, which is the indivisible union of appearance and emptiness, the body appearing like the nature of light, not like our ordinary form of flesh and blood, but completely insubstantial or empty in essence, but appearing vivid and clear like a rainbow, endowed with all of the blessings of the deity. And so then through practicing the generation stage in this way, this is what also becomes the cause that leads to manifesting the Nirmanakaya.
알았어. 다 니바테. 예쁜 잠바양 그 송사왕들레스. 근데 데코로지스는 소wan데 지드나로 지지드데 책 보게지 인치데.
So now we have received the empowerment of enlightened form. So then to receive the secret empowerment or the speech empowerment, then please repeat the following, and you can repeat it once in Tibetan and once in English.
송거지나가 돈도 소wan데 반데 예지드연소 도르젠젠바 고소소 다는 로라 핀둔더 나지 왕골 이시체 무릎대로와 달라조 무릎대로와 달라조 무릎대로와 달라조
Vajra holder, please heed me. For the benefit of beings, please grant me the great wisdom of the mantra empowerment, which is the source of all accomplishments.
알았어. 다 되라. Lama dorji jambayang la sartab de ore. Chirangsola jambayang la sartab de ore. De lama dorji tukka ngam trings. Teranki jambayang te saun te marsir. Tintala om wa gi shore siyate. De ngam tring saun tukka saun ngam tring te jepale. Tene marme chigla nimchi chi churto ngamren sawon dan jeba tene dorji lobong ka shanne thun loma chirang chon jamba yang sar tabdeli shar to shone tene chirang chon nyeng ka mum te ken tala sawon la tene sosor chunang la cholo pa ya ba tar temsong san tene ngande jidina ro jis.
So now to receive the speech empowerment, you can visualize, you're visualizing yourself in the form of Manjushri still, and likewise, of course, the Vajra Master is appearing clearly in the form of Manjushri. And you can visualize that at his heart level is the seed syllable of Manjushri, which is an orange mum syllable. So in this case, the seed syllable is a syllable mum. And surrounding that orange mum, or circling it, is the mantra Om Wageshwari Mum. And you can think that from this mantra garland in seed syllable at the heart center of the Vajra Master is Manjushri, a second mantra garland emanates like the lighting of one butter lamp from another. And it travels up and exits the mouth of the Vajra Masters, and then enters into your mouth, and then dissolves into your seed syllable mum at your heart and the mantra garland, like water mixing into water. So as you visualize this, please repeat the mantra.
Om Vageshware Mum. Om Vageshware Mum. Om Vageshware Mum. Chom Din Dake. Zunga Che. Dala Nyewar. Zedo So. Chom Din Dake. Zunga Che. Dala Nyewar. Zedo So. On Te Lo Zawa Inki Tola Chik. Jidu Jinang Yoji.
So please repeat that last part in English. Conqueror, as I have become your disciple, please take me under your care.
Chom Din Dala Zala Jihan Dala Ngowan Zeda Sa Hajang Ada Zeda Sa Dirgyo Dimbar Zeda Chene Zo Baran Zeda Zo Yante Nyera Deme Chora Me Yowan Jidin Samna Rajan Lada Me Juba Chija Damba Jiga Namna Yisiba Anden Jidin Geva Trashini Ba Taking Bosum Zoba then the Yo Masudadi Damben Etar Jisana Ngak Gone Sapatama Pacha Tenzita Jeba Tas Tatin Du Tarang Song Wang Teki Nga the cheaper Sipa Zote Long Lucipa Sipa Za Nga cheaper Sipa Longs Long Zor Jupiter Ngak Gone Sap Dipata Drapatama Pacha Tenzita Jeba Ta Song Jisana Malipa Tops Nga take a light jerem sangha nga te chakpa tang chakpa te tongpa chakpong songtun jukpa oramba dawala wang sendi ta nga take nga da choya tang nga te chakpong teni druptab lo choya ke wang cha te rayo res o ta druptab tang nga te lo ne teni te kom suna Devatala Sanje Longon Drupakawa Chinto Sepa Yeno State.
So, having received this empowerment, the speech empowerment, all of your negativities and defilements accumulated through the door of speech, together with the karmic imprints, are purified. And you receive the complete speech empowerment. Now, in the context of speech, the primary sort of subtle body function or element governing or connected with speech is the winds. So in the context of the body or form, it is primarily the channels. And here, in the context of speech, it is primarily the winds. So all the obscurations and defilements, together with the subtle karmic imprints that are connected with negativities of speech and all of the impurities of the winds, you can think have been thoroughly purified. And then through this, you are now empowered to recite the deity's mantra and to recite the sadhanas, the sadhana connected with the practice. And then that through this, you are initiated into perceiving all sound as the empty sound of mantra, or perceiving all speech and sound to be the union of sound and emptiness, and as a result you will have the fortune to accomplish the Sambhogakaya of the Buddha.
Wang nani zo sem go wang, tok go wang de sem ma me ba member se ya la, tok go wang. De la da wang go dang song, de ne zo de tok de ri, de lu zhang bo da. De ne sem ba sa wo jin de yu ro ji, de ne de lo yi nang ne cho de ju ba, ding yin jin go wang de res. De ko ro ji si so wan de ne ji di nang go re.
So then now we have the main empowerment, which is the mind empowerment. So we have the empowerments of body, speech, and then primarily or mainly mind. So in order to receive the mind empowerment, please sit straight with your body in the proper posture with a straight spine. And allow your mind to be relaxed and clear, very vivid and clear. And then as we repeat, we're supplicating to receive the mind empowerment to give rise to the supreme among all potential mind states, which is the mind of meditative absorption or supreme samadhi.
Yang tu ye ji nang ge dun do so wan de ban de ye ji dun zu lo jian zhen ba gong so so da nan do la pin dun de ba wo do ji tuo bun ji lom qiu ding jing ji de so lom qiu ding jing ji de so lom qiu ding jing ji de so.
Vajra holder, please heed me. For the benefit of beings, courageous Vajra master, please cause the samadhi of the supreme mind to arise.
Da Lama Doji Lopun, Jamba Yang la Sarta de Ore, Ti Tuka Sawon Mum de la Ozen Chu, Dunji Jila Sinatini Bumbaka, La Ti, Jamba Yang di Tuka la Po. Tani Tudam Ji Ju Gur, Dan Dunji Bumbak La de Trawan Remba Nyinga, Ne Sumdan, Tagana Yi Papa Poga Tam Jen, Tani La, Jamba Yang Rangda Watan, La Pe Mambo. Nên ham train để cơ cái chuyện gì làm mà bộ xong chuyện gì là ham train da sao thế nên thông chuyện gì là chăm xin thế nên giảm bây giờ là ra được bao da nhiều ra thì bé mà bộ ba da mình bảo xong này thế nên lo mà chỉ làm chuyện giảm bây giờ sát tập để bị đi là lừa ngã ý xong là thêm để thêm bị gặp sự chỉ làm chuyện cái lừa ngã ý xong tăng là giảm bao ngã cái giá bộ mà xử go song to yen mi de jorpe mu ba dan je pe de te sa ji ting yin jing la sem ra wan ne long la ya la gom ja go re yo ro chi.
So now you can visualize that from the Vajra Master, who is appearing in the form of Manjushri, from the mum syllable at his heart center, light rays stream out. And they strike the heart center of the Manjushri, who appears as the vase, the empowerment vase, Manjushri, who resides in the vase. So they strike his heart center, and then this issues forth this massive abundance of blessings from Manjushri's enlightened continuum of being. And they stream out as countless forms of Manjushri's body, so of all different sizes, and then as countless mantra garlands together with the seed syllables, and then as countless hand implements. So the bodies of Manjushri, being the enlightened form of Manjushri, the mantra garlands and seed syllables embodying his enlightened speech, and the hand implements being like countless swords and volumes of scripture that represent or embody Manjushri's enlightened mind, qualities of enlightened mind. You can think that all of these issue forth and dissolve into your three places of body, speech, and mind, likewise dissolving into you through the pores of your skin. And then you completely merge with the enlightened body, speech, and mind of Manjushri, and this stimulates the meditative absorption. And so then you can allow your mind to naturally settle into this state of meditative absorption or samadhi, and rest there for a moment.
Gen Lama Judin Tibela Yiso, Lama Lama Indian Japan, Sojan Jorangoza Yidabaji. Then you think that his mouth, I am on the bad and the Homa, so that they done and so all us. That is the talk one day. Now, ye to go on a surface. Then ye the 做以前的sem的基本是把做的体力，体力做了是不的呢？那差两个把切，你们差嘛？啥不这么把切等真的就把他们就打。你集中讲不样个，头个几十那么马了吧的 top， 他说是 sem 的，集中讲不样个，头个让人 sem 啥东西，啥玩意儿东吧，啥东，送的就不能把公吧了。王是，那什啥东昂了，伢伢了的那光讲呢，光的光说呢，这个的了，长期去跟着不搞完进的是吧？也孬是， then the Nanjiro Gomba Mai, Gomba Ins, Namjopala, things in the Gomyat and the Yomare, Jeremna Gomyat Yorwa. Then the tail Gom the Gomsona, Gomna and Chota Chupate. Namjiro Gomba Mai, Gomba in, Gomba on the Juno Gomban Chos. Hotel, that it all comes on the thing, Devatala Sanji Chuchitun Rupa Kawachin to say yours.
So then with this, you receive the mind empowerment and all of the obscurations and defilements accumulated through the door of the mind together with their subtle imprints are purified. And here, in the context of the subtle body, the mind empowerment is connected with the full purification of the subtle element of the drops or bindu. So whereas with body we have the channels, and speech we have the winds, and now with mind we have the drops. So all impurities, illness, hindrances, kind of negative energies and defilements are all purified, and you are empowered to meditate upon the enlightened form of the deity, which is the primordial wisdom that is the indivisible union of clarity and emptiness. And resting in the meditative absorption that is the union of clarity and emptiness, this then manifests the fruition of the Dharmakaya. So you become a fortunate one who is capable of manifesting the Dharmakaya or accomplishing the Dharmakaya through habituation. So as is said, it is not so much meditation as it is a process of habituation. So in Tibetan, this is a play on words, Gombamayan, Kombayan, which is, these two words sound almost identical, but one is meditation and one is habituation. So it's actually not so much meditation as it is a process of habituation. And then when that habituation becomes thoroughly realized or really deeply ingrained, then that becomes meditation. That becomes the supreme meditation. And so that process of habituation, until there is mastery through habituation, is what leads to accomplishing the Dharmakaya.
Alles. Taten du Jambayang go song tok. The Jinang scenery wang the top yores. Tati top song to Dela. Then, Oma Kawang. The so sunga tang job. Kawang the re. Then the Torma, see the Chinam to Tor Tors. Nang Yishi Ma, Sinam to the Mena Semkaram Yinero Yishita Ji Gores. Then Carpota Marpo Jin, the Jancho Sem Jincha res, then no torma one day. That torma teta, then Jambayang Isamepa. The Nitik Jambayang Lazo Lama Doji Lopung, Chiranso, Jivola, Jin Zhang. Jin Zhang got the Chiranso, Sova Tapacaps, Nekapson, Garchin, Parche, Nedun Dictatama, Pa Shawatang. The social rewatan deba samba tamji bemi lunjin rubia. The tartok jambar ngagjapo maserchi compound Gawajin the Muban. George and Muban zero nans.
So, you have received the empowerment of enlightened body, speech, and mind, and then to receive the empowerment of protection and of protection, essentially. You receive this with the torma. So the torma, again, another compound word. Tor means to dispel or to scatter, and this is referring to the dispelling or scattering of the outer conceptual thoughts. And then Ma is referring to the inner mother of primordial awareness, the mother wisdom, which is our own primordial awareness. And then the Torma has these ornaments on it, which are red and white. So these red and white ornaments represent the bodhicitta, the father and mother bodhicitta, and so this Torma is indivisible from the deity Manjushri. Manjushri and the Torma are indivisible. So you can think that as you supplicate, then this Torma, who is indivisible from Manjushri and the Vajra Master, is placed on your crown. And that through this, as you supplicate all of your obstacles, hindrances, kind of lack of good fortune, and all forms of negativity and misfortune are totally cleared away. All of your negativities and defilements, and that whatever your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, they are all spontaneously and effortlessly fulfilled. So please have this in mind as you receive the blessing of the Torma.
Jomden jambaranga gajabima serajia la so namjia dorji lomanda nala lula kaya sinjalo ngala songo sinjalo yila tujo sinjalo nijundi dekiwa sinjalo nizio dunga nyambar sinjalo pamja niran baba sinjalo nyorda sanje dobra sinjalo ombaga shora mo. Holas. Ate sogeteni. Jomdinde jambar ngake jabu ma search jisna wa sama di wangde le par. Pop. Teni wangde ten du tela tamcha yore. Teni tamthek tela tsawa ke tamthek ta yela ke tamthek sineram ba nye yongore. Ten du tan garchin ramboche ke tawpar. Teni di tsawa tamthek te ke chimbo res. Tsawa tamthek tela jancho sem namba nye. Jancho sem namba nye tela kunzup sancho sem tela. Semjin tamje pamayin dunga tela ropa kantapsi nepa maje samya ka tamja de gogres. Ani tendam ka sancho sem tela tendam khonde chama de tongba ni res. Ten dunga wang chuya de semjin tamje la pemba da ropa siya che de shura. Ten nepa maje sam tamja de langna. Teni sosor tapa kapsu sobjong si gewa so dikpa jongya ke ote yore. Teni sangha la sobjong te wang tere, wang kapsu sosu narze dikpa te so njuepa tangche te. Shakpa si sinche mazir ke dom pamja tanda langna. Teni ten di pe gewa so dikpa te jong to res. Ote di teri. Teni teta nyampu la. Ta soso la yedam la yinda mi jamba yang tel pe gawo na soso yedam che la zong la si ji na si chwa ko wan cha te ra yo res. Tani te yin la ke soso ti jamba yang ke drup tap da nga de so. Ka che lo thum na shirap ji ya tan dik drup sa ya ke nu pa yo re. Tani te kira lo ma thop na yang. Tani wang de ke sanap te la tara dem cho ke na lo la. Tamsek manyana jiwa dunga jila teni dror to song teni dor duna teni lunga yisum chi megewa panga yin gewal korga yin teni majo nang kontata nyamba semjin tamje la tempa da ropa si tobe sho sanga ti thone teni tamsek de jidu naro jis.
So then, having received the empowerment, all of these permission granting empowerments for Manjushri, then we have the commitment, the sacred bond, the sacred commitment, the samaya. So when it comes to samaya, there are the root and branch samayas. And as Garchen Rinpoche always says, what is most important are the root samayas. So the root samaya are the two types of bodhicitta, the relative bodhicitta and the ultimate bodhicitta. So the relative bodhicitta is the bodhicitta mind that is based on viewing all sentient beings as one's own parents, and with a mind of loving kindness and affection for all of them, being completely committed to helping them to the best of our ability, to achieving their benefit to the best that we can, and at least abstaining from harming them in any way. So avoiding harm to all sentient beings, or not refraining from harm, and doing everything that we can to benefit them. And then the ultimate bodhicitta is the wisdom of emptiness, the mind that sees the empty essence of all the display of samsara and nirvana. And so when we take this commitment, this samaya commitment, that's what we're doing. We're reestablishing that commitment to the two types of bodhicitta, and it becomes the same as sojong. So in the context of the vows of individual liberation, there's the practice of sojong, which repairs breaches of vows, and it becomes like the gathering, or the kind of renewal of merit or virtue, and the purification of breaches or transgressions of vows. And so in the context of secret mantra, the empowerment is like the secret mantra version of sojong. And so we can have in our mind this kind of commitment as we repeat the samaya, and together with this, also, if we practice Manjushri, then practicing Manjushri as much as we can. If we don't wish to regularly practice Manjushri, but we have another deity that we continually practice, then the commitment for that deity, the practice of that deity, is included in your samaya to Manjushri. So it covers that practice of Manjushri. But then, in addition to that, to whatever extent you're able to practice Manjushri, to recite his mantra, to do the sadhana of Manjushri, then this will also have the benefit of increasing or deepening your faculty of wisdom, the quality of knowledge and wisdom, together with just the general function of purifying obscurations, gathering accumulations, and developing further the transcendent qualities. So as is said in the Chakrasamvara Tantra, if you do not transgress your samayas, then this leads to achieving liberation and awakening in 7 lives, or you can achieve enlightenment in the time period of 7, and no more than 7 lives. So with this in mind, then whatever thinking, repeating the words of the Samaya, thinking, I will practice virtue with total commitment to the best of my ability, and I will avoid non-virtue with total commitment to the best of my ability, then please repeat the words of the Samaya.
Tēdā tham-jē, dā-kī-jī, tēng-nē-tsam-dē, dā-tīng-dē, chī-lá-dā-nē, bā-lá-jī, chī-jī-hlō-mā-r, zōng-wā-tāng, chā-yī-jiāng-nē, jē-dō-sō, chā-yī-jiāng-nē, jē-dō-sō, chā-yī-jiāng-nē, jē-dō-sō. Repeat.
From today onwards, until attaining the heart of enlightenment, I take up the exalted deity as my yidam, and shall do whatever the master commands. Sarsong.
Olas. Want the party kayang masong be ya bocha song den du shirap dan yishi chelari. Marek tomok te rikpa yishi ke dar gore. O te dar to song den de geva tsawa dikhi. Na ting chan zambelen la tomok dan danjin shukki ne kanga dan yoda mambo yong ri to so chama pasarya tang ne kapsun zamnen hibde tatok tani. Jamba yang sanje kompang tobya ke che to sancho semji owa da monam de song ji. Tene chizo tsama ke zopa tan zunru la tuji che ta kakhe tsen ridere, kakhe hyoka nyingong gonda ridere. Tene dusum de la dele, o tahi dele xia yens.
Gongda gola kare sung tampo temo.
Ta zambalain tuchu ramara rewa, kakhe hyoka re, kakhe nyingong re, kakhe gonda rewa. Tuchu sungka de la tene tahi dele xia.
Oh, gongda gola ju koso gola kande de temo dang dingsang temo dang dagzin be shosu.
Oh, jamba yang de hirap dan yihi che la re. De nga chu ti wang ke given revate ke teni ting sang jamba len la danjin tang tamok chimbo te ke pe kanga da nyoda mangbo yonggo ro. Dan tamok pa sarya la marik tamok te rikpa yihi ke dar go re. Rikpa yihi la jamba yang de dar na teni jamba len ne kap su jamba len hibde yong ya tang. Teni tartok chama jamba yang kompang tobya teni chirang so Nyamgyo nangki Yongsu Zopa tela. Lu dewo semba jipo teni rewa tan depa kare yona. Parche kayang mepe tonin duvyage teni nge monam shuga yin teni sancho semji monan doro jis.
Taso.
Teni loza wa tuji che sichiranzo Nyamgyo nangki Yongsu Zopa tan chucho ke tabrik nangki tiso tsama la tuji che.
So these days, as there is so much strife, there's so much ignorance, so much self-grasping in the world, what clears away the suffering that is a product of self-grasping and ignorance is the light of wisdom. And as Manjushri embodies the qualities of knowledge and wisdom, then this really achieves, by practicing Manjushri, there's the benefit of helping to ease the problems and troubles in the world that, through this temporarily one can achieve or accomplish that great benefit for the entire world in achieving world peace. And then ultimately, of course, in achieving the state of Manjushri, the realization of Manjushri, then this leads to the final goal of liberation and complete awakening. And so all of you who have joined from all different time zones all over the world, different times of the day, some of you in the morning, some in the evening, some at, on all of these different time zones at different times, Drupon Rinpoche wants to say thank you and Tashi Dele, and he will pray for your health, the physical health of your body, the mental health and well-being inwardly of your mind, that you are free from all obstacles and misfortune. And with that, then we can recite the Bodhicitta prayer. But he also wants to give a special thanks to all of the translators of different languages, and also to the center organizers who have made this event possible. So thank you very much.
Oh, yeah. Oh, lots of it, that bosk, Pumbok young. the Jambayang Druptap London Dono Chilando, Martin Bajinda. Natara Venam get to shoot the scenery. Lopo the Tena Yorete and Castle in the Timbajin, and at the London Druptap the pay up Zigio, the Druptap the Koran and Lola. Then Jambayang and Sangha, then Jamban Simju Dupa, Jambayang Mola. Then in Jambayang Golam the Tama, the Yonso Zopa Chap Tama is in the Druptap Zigio. And the thing along the Mandunga and think Transo Jimanyami Sipukas de Raga Red.
Drupon Rinpoche di chi sombapo chi rebe.
Mari Jambayang Druptap that and the Gonsan Re, in a telling it in the Hetex Jatinitela, Jambayang Moland and Tenin Jamban Simbu Dupat, so Nyampula Deputy on the TV.
La sola.
In its armago.
So didn't they chatsang along Kurgi and
the Pechat and Samama Londunga in Tenin, you might run Pechat the Ragare, singing it. Did you all take you?
So he said he's one more thing. Actually, he has been asked to give the transmission for this Manjushri sadhana, which is actually a compilation of the sadhana, which Drupon Rinpoche put together with an abbreviated, like chanting the names of Manjushri, praise, a very like wonderful pithy praise, and all of some supplementary prayers and practice, which is really wonderful. It's really great because it's very concise and easy to practice, but everything is contained within this, so the recitation of the essence mantra and all of that. So he's going to give you the mantra, the transmission. He said he apologizes, he forgot because it's still the middle, of the night in Vietnam. So even though his body is here, his mind is still not completely caught up with his body.
Okay, Jambari Kisamber of Tashindo, the Baishinawa, Yoso Sanjay Judan, Sojin, Nimuradan, Jadaka, Jinso, Jimba, Sonam, General, Benza, Sanjay, Bayaman, or Jacinda, the other division of Bajadan, Bajadan, Chimbola, you and the Nemajoy. Umishin and Jalamet, Sobamako, Hamdong, and Azobe, Madan, Daniel, Mama, Zaram, Badella, one tender joking road, Bajan, on Jordan, Jambayan, Jasanip. Yebashira, the Bunga, Jayam Bato, Barayan, and the Gasabon, then some the Tonda Jabelle, Jespin, Agent, and the Torton, the Nator, and Jin, the Jello, Dodger, and Simbas, and some Lusakan, and Tree, Kisam Bajin, and Josam, Data, and you met him. I am the Lajina Medo, Budama, Meda, Casero, Modan, Jipano, Masavatan, Monkeys of Jj, one, Wanka, Jola, Majon, and no Virgin, La temperature. Manjushri Jana Sadon Beza, Gambadan, Bibidalong, and we have the Sarvapan, Samara, Samara, Samaya, Hong, Kankalo, Jin, and Nija, Kandasi Bezaram Donga and Ozona Bajeta Jayana to Jayan, the son of the Janyamonia, no Lejaro, the Jamram, the Donga, Yoga, Jenya, Jenzera, Nadine, the subject of the Jota, Jenya. Dalum and Serenjambayan and the Jungle Remember the Banjit, the Mums of Jambayana, Sansa, the Tokonya, the Montana, Rangers and Jarangi and Corvus and so the Jacons and the Montana, want to Benica, Jason Jetbajan and the Lajo Kunjanga, and the Samola, the Mek. Umbagishuramon, Yoranda, Commander Marana, the Baranya, Memeto, the Jingala, and Jamba, Corajo, the Jinjos, all of the Moment Barasaka, the Yono, the Bayan, Lord of Nawaza. Consider the one to the Vandana Communion, Nakame Bana, Joseph Janam, the Bassamian, the Sojuban, and Jaraka, I am Manchester, the thing that's the program for Baja, and Japanese Barasan, and the Sanjay, Yukuran, now Alameva, Rabadanaya, the Nama, Hikunas over Sanjay Kunji, Jim, Japan, but the Ganes on Bazo, so Yamamona. Namuman Zikira, Sajay, Bala, the Janjaba, Zajay, members on one Jambayan, and the Neson, the Sanjay, Bajimino, Yamaji, Doga, Jankonja, Jambayan, and send the Zeta one again, Jamban, Yakunda, Yukin, Jasimba, Jambayan, the Middle Dang is up and there's Baba, Danyamon, Jojagan, and Rayan Sanchez. Nimolongo Jin Jambaya Padona Yin Zajo Magonje Boda Lam the Yatun Zimbari the Jibetindere Yen Jambaya Josmatori on the Jodin Betam Jolly the Jalim Basur Yin Zimbajin the Jibetindere Yen Jambaya the Beginning the Liberson Sona Jim Turgidona Yilam Jolores or Yen Jambaya Dragona Yen or Conalas and Mendovagono Yen and Basam de Bambaza Paraseto the Yen Jambaya Comiso Services Josona Kana Ladan Yonan doesn't want you to use Jambaya and Number seven and don't do Jackaman Corjapan Corvation Jajin Jambayan on the Yukun the Sabana Japesa Dando Jantakala Marin Tempur Marin Boso Yen Jambayan on the Jivatam Jados on Josora Tenzi General the Marijuana Yeno Vajan Jambayan Janjos of the Betos and Matapian Tarnam Zibans or Chujin Jabay. Tindan and as well as Jim Jambayan and the Dakaman the City of the Mama Lodo by Lord Bono, the Katavan, Jivado and Saragada Serada of the Somado by Ho Kunadojin Chanjaman Roto the Monacanda. Yedadan Jeda Yen Rambar Ho Zan Josem Jorambo Mahanje Monam Jenja Jimbo Nyamba Memba Kone Ngondam Pewayo.
Dedicate.
Bodhicitta, yeah.
Yellow Bob.
More than what we just said.
Short one, yeah. Bodhicitta is enough.
Just the bodhicitta
Yeah,
part? May
yeah.
bodhicitta, the precious and supreme mind, arise in whom it has not yet arisen. Where it has arisen, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher.
Thank you. Yeah. Hello. Other Pampa in the Mala. Give me. Was.
Thanks, Subula gave the empowerment, and it's complete. Very good. We like to thanks again, Ina and Pauline, Virginia and Pauline and Ben. Thank you so much for the translator. Also, thanks Anna for the Shen Master. So all the volunteers, thanks. We have a Manjushri retreat, May 22nd to 26th. Please join us. So right now,
You can come, yes. They can come.
Yeah. Right now we receive the empowerment. After empowerment, we do kata offering. Then after that, we do group picture. Thank you all.
Okay, welcome. Om Wanga Shoram 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 Wanga Shoram Om 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 Shoram Om Vage 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 Shoram Okay, okay, yeah. That's for boss. Yeah, Dimitri, yeah. Come here, baby. Yeah, come here, okay? Yeah. Okay. Manjushri group. Wow, so many zones. Okay. You're looking for the, yeah. Before you're very small, now very big. Big boy. Wagi Shore Mum. Wagi Shore Mum. Ah, thank you. Good boy. Yeah, you play, okay? Uh-huh. 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 Yeah, now you're very big. Before you're very small, now very big. Yeah. Ah, yeah, good boy. Yeah, looking for your mama. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Mhm. Okay. Good. Good boy. Okay. Yeah. 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 Okay. This is rice. Do you want the rice? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm. This is a veg. Okay.